What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen that title was going down. Make sure to like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right here. Definitely apologize not throwing out, a video yesterday, technically. Had to take a mental day. There's a lot going on. I actually did something for, my basketball team. I know I told y'all I'm a basketball coach, 5th and 6th grade. We had our last practice, actually. I'd like to tell y'all what's going on. If y'all don't like to hear, y'all can skip. But yesterday was our last practice. And I had, we obviously went over some plays because we have semifinals Saturday. And then if we win that game, I'm pretty sure we go back the same day to play the championship. So I wanted to have like a first foremost, because we had a really good season, I would say. We won 7 games, only lost 1. And I tell y'all, great kids, and I wanted to make sure they had a good practice. So I had to practice right. And after we ran the plays and stuff, we had the dads and some of the moms actually. I think it was one mom, might have been just one mom, one or two, that actually went and played also against the kids. And when I tell y'all that I went out there and played, my body hurt so bad. I know back then, I'm not gonna lie, like if I would have kept it up, obviously kept going with playing basketball, my body would, feel it. But I haven't played in a while. And when I tell y'all my body hurts bad, especially yesterday. So I didn't get to do videos. But I have it. You got it right here. And it's like I never left. You know what I mean? It's like I never left, though. Mayor Zaramandani response, to this attack has been pathetic, as it says right here. Mike Lawler took NYPD police commissioner Tish to make it very clear that this on this attack, on what it was. It's definitely sad that you being a mayor and you don't call it out like it is. I want to show y'all this clip first, and then I have some clips that I want to show y'all that definitely, I'm telling y'all, is definitely sickening. Check it out.
These 2 young men are accused of openly saying, at least one of them, that they aligned with ISIS. I mean, these are young people who appear to be living relatively comfortable lives here, traveling overseas, potentially being radicalized. What is attracting young people to this ideology?
Well, it's certainly disturbing. We see here in America, a lot of young people associating with extreme ideology politically. We see it in our college campuses. Mahmoud Khalil, who you just referenced there, was helping lead these protests at Columbia University. And it's not just, in this case, radical Islam. It is a hatred of American values. It is a hatred of Western democracy, of capitalism. It is the oppressed versus the oppressor ideology that we're seeing pick up. And when you see people like Zohran Mamdani, an avowed socialist, becoming mayor of the largest city in America, it speaks to this ideological hold that is certainly taking over our young people. And I think, the mayor's response to this, frankly, is pathetic. He couldn't even muster the courage to call out radical Islam. He was quick to condemn white nationalism, but really could not muster the strength to call out radical Islam. In fact, it was the police commissioner, Jessica Tisch, who made it very clear what this was. This was an ISIS-fueled terror attack that really could have been very deadly, and they made it clear they were trying to go beyond what happened at the Boston Marathon just over a decade ago. So it's disturbing in this moment, especially as we approach the 25th anniversary of 9/11, that this is the world we're living in, and the response by our elected leaders, especially the mayor of New York, is underwhelming to say the least.
Well, but quickly, I want.
Definitely sickening that you have individuals that's not calling it out, like it is. Obviously, like I said, I have a lot to show y'all when it comes down to it. But first, I want to let y'all know, as far as the, this title goes and the lies, that spread, fast. There's a lot of individuals that watch CNN. Obviously, it's a lot of individuals. And when you're just giving out false information and lies, people will take that and run with it. Before I get into that, when it comes to Abby Phillips and Anna Navarro, I want to show y'all a flashback of, Abby Phillip and Scott Jennings speaking on Zohran Mamdani. And just check out, and you'll see how individuals like Abby Phillip responds in her reaction to, the mess that Zoran Mamdani brings. And the thing is that, again, they sit here and they get so, in a sense, they get, what's the word? They get real defensive. They get real mad. When you calling out something that's truly real. I mean, we said something when it comes down what they about to talk about, the whole 9/11, what's going on with 9/11, and he spoke about it, and he said something more so about his aunt, him and his aunt, rather than, again, the victims. The people, it was none of that. And now when I show y'all, more of these clips, y'all see on how slowly he's trying to change New York City. Check it out.
Mamdani, despite the criticism from Cuomo, is still polling with about 30% of Jewish voters in the city. So there is a bit of a split happening here. It's clearly not a universal view that he can't gain the support of some Jewish voters, although a majority are with Cuomo.
Yeah, and there are very liberal Jewish voters in New York City, that's for sure. Look, I think that Cuomo's best vector is the experience vector. But it is true, Mamdani, he's allied himself with certain people. A lot of the people that surround him, the people involved in this democratic socialist organization, I mean, they have said more than a handful of eyebrow-raising things when it comes to their views of America, their views of Jewish people, and so on and so forth. He knows that. He does align himself with them. He doesn't really distance himself. Today he has his press conference. Mm-hmm. I watched a chunk of it. I didn't hear any words for the victims of 9/11.
Pretty wild on that.
But he found the real victim, his aunt.
Is he?
The victims of 9/11 were in the Twin Towers. Those were the victims.
Is the implication here that he has to answer for the terrorists who attacked 9/11?
No, I think if you're going to have if you're going to run for mayor of New York City,
yeah,
or have any position in New York City, and you're going to talk about 9/11 or invoke 9/11, you darn sure better start with the people who died in the Twin Towers. That's what I think.
And she ought to know that, though. Like, I don't know what it comes to individuals that, or I guess she, being a Democrat. I don't know what it is, but that's very sickening to not even know, or to not even, like, it's almost like they want, to give out an argument. Like, stop that. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that stop that. What I got to show y'all, though, and I want to play the rest of this. Just a few more seconds. I'm going to play the rest of this.
And he didn't do that. And he kind of, he made it about his experience and his aunt and all this. My advice would be, if you're going to want to be the mayor of this town, and by the way, he's probably going to win. That moment in our history, you cannot lose sight of what happened. People died in those Twin Towers. They did not deserve to die. We did suffer a terrorist attack, and we can't really forget the moment. Making it about him and his family, okay, there were almost 3,000 people that died there. It's a big deal.
Yeah, but
Exactly. So you have it right here. And it says CNN is now receiving tens of thousands of calls to fire Abby Phillip after she blatantly lied live on air, claiming Zoran Mamdani was the target of these two Muslim individuals in New York City. Coming just a day after the network's force, I'm going to show y'all more. I'm going to just let y'all know and show y'all what she said right here.
Republicans say Muslims don't belong here after an attempted terror attack against New York's Mayor Zoran Mamdani and the House Speaker.
Yeah, I heard what she's saying
Mike
right
Johnson
here.
says.
And I apologize for skipping. I don't know if it's this. I don't know if it's on my end.
Attack against New York's Mayor Zoran Mamdani and the House Speaker Mike Johnson says nothing really to condemn those comments. Another special guest is going to be with us at the table. Republicans.
Sickening. So you have that. And then after that, again, it's the lies. You go here, it says, due to massive backlash, Abby Phillip issues on-air correction for falsely saying Mamdani was the target of, this attack. Says Phillip's initial correction on X was slapped with a community note for being misleading. CNN has been forced to issue multiple corrections on this story in the last 2 days after repeatedly pushing the false narrative that Mamdani was the target of this attack. So you have here that now, I guess he got forced, for this apology right here.
This morning, I issued a correction first thing in the morning on X for a mistake that I made in last night's show, but I also wanted to do so on air as well. I incorrectly said that the bombs that were thrown by ISIS-inspired suspects in New York over the weekend were directed at Mayor Mamdani. They were not. I failed to catch and correct that mistake in real time, and I take full responsibility for that. And while we do make mistakes, it is important to acknowledge and correct those errors when they happen.
Obviously, this is not, apology. She's obviously, reading something, because they know what it is. They know what they did at the end of the day. Like I said, it's too late for that. And I feel like it's too late because when you say something like this, people literally will take it and run with it. They will take information like this and run with it. I'm telling y'all. Definitely sickening that she even did this. Says right here, this from Marsha Blackburn. As for getting an apology, if you can't report facts accurately, you shouldn't be on air. CNN must be held accountable for misleading the American people, and they definitely should. I'm not going to lie. Definitely should. Says not even a full 24 hours after CNN's Abby Phillip was forced to issue, retraction after lying and claiming Mamdani was a target of this attack in New York City. And Navarro repeats the same exact lie with zero pushback from Abby. Let me tell y'all, this stuff right here, and she knows. Obviously, if you're a host, you're some, individual, anchor, whatever, you're not only seeing, what's going on, with the individuals around you, what's going on air, things that's in front of you when it comes to, different reports, but your own X, your own social media, you've seen this. Obviously, and they talk, they work together. There's no reason Anna Navarro should repeat the same thing that Abby Phillip said at all. And for her to do that just goes to show you that apology was nothing. I'm telling y'all. Check it out right here.
Ironic is so,
and it says right here, this is Abby Phillips. We got to mention this is what she posted, on here. It says, I want to correct something I said last night. The bombs thrown in New York City over the weekend by ISIS-inspired attackers was thrown into a crowd of anti-Muslim protesters and not specifically targeted at Mayor Mamdani. That wording was inaccurate, and if I didn't catch it ahead of time, I apologize for the error. Again, this is something that I definitely know that she didn't write. Obviously, check it out.
So supposedly some of these comments are as a result of the attempt against Mayor Mamdani in New York, who was raised Muslim, was he not, himself? Yeah. So they're being anti-Muslim and they're finally defending Mamdani over something.
To be clear, the attack wasn't on Mayor Mamdani. It was on people
at his house.
It was attacking protesters, people protesting Mamdani.
Right by his house.
To frame it as an anti-Muslim attack would actually completely reverse what happened. Someone who shouted Allah Akbar through a bomb that didn't go off at the protesters.
Republicans are finally doing something. Iran.
It's always let's point the finger, let's point the finger, let's point the finger. The only when I tell y'all, if anybody wants to point the finger at anybody, it should be Mayor Mamdani and those two individuals that did that. That's who. And it should obviously be Abby Phillip and then Navarro for keep on, spreading out, this false information. But why the Republicans want to like when is that? You literally have individuals. I just don't get that. Like, are we watching the same thing? I'm telling y'all. Absolutely insane to me. This is Mayor Mamdani, y'all. It says turns the city hall into a mosque during Ramadan. They said they literally had, I guess, the top influencers in New York City, some of them, and went to the city hall and look what they're doing. And I tell anybody this. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all. I'm gonna tell anybody this. It's nothing wrong with praying. I pray a lot. I pray I pray. And, every day, on a daily basis. And I truly would say that it's definitely wild. It's definitely wild, what they're doing and how they're doing it and what they're turning things into. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with praying. It's the actions that they're taking and what they're doing around, I don't know. It's just truly, truly insane.
Want to make some of that?
Moment where you're asking yourself how you can reconnect to growing up with being taught that.
منورين والله. والله.
Ain't a lot. It's crazy. I don't know about y'all. I'm not even trying to be mean. The thing is, though, and you literally have it right here. I don't know if y'all ever seen, but just check out these hand gestures. Again, this is just influencers. Literally influencers. As they're having this, I don't know if y'all seen this hand gesture, but a lot of y'all know what this is. I can't speak too much on it because I obviously don't want to get in trouble with certain things. But when I tell y'all that this is absolutely insane, this stuff is absolutely insane. The things that they're doing. This is a suspect doing the same thing with this hand gesture. Y'all can't tell me right now that things are definitely fishy when it comes down to Mayor Mandani and what he's doing and the people that he has around him. And this attack. I'm telling y'all. Definitely very, very sickening. Says this is a New York City. You got Mayor Mandani, block ICE from law enforcement, and many other things. You literally got governor shielded criminal illegal aliens with laws. You got Attorney General James defended sanctuary policies, and you have DA Bragg. You got Alvin Bragg. Let violent offenders walk. So when you're having all of this stuff going on, y'all see that New York is definitely slowly changing, and it's not looking good at all. I'm telling y'all, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.